naciste pa' mí. Si esto fuera un draft, tú fueras first pick.
Yo no sé si encontrarte fue cuestión de suerte. Adivina tu acento, hoy no es mi punto fuerte. Pero sal de donde sea, mami, quiero tenerte en la cama del hotel gritando real hasta la real cara cuando baila. Sé que de todo me distraía. Baby, solo avisa cuando salga, mami, para hacer de cosas que yo sé que te gustan mientras esperamos que el sol caiga. Ese cuerpito de skinny como Tini y ella lo luce en bikini. En la playa en su corillo mientras bebera y martini. Los pibes haciendo Willy, pero allá adentro en la mini titerita. Barrio escuchan en Manuel y John, mi mami. Ojalá te quede a dormir acá. Quiero aprenderme tu nombre, pero no me dices nada. Yo no sé cuándo viniste, tampoco cuándo te vas. Yo siempre ando por la isla por si me quiere encontrar.
Diablo, mami. Naciste pa' mí. Te mudaste pa' acá o viniste de trip. Diablo, mami.
Yo, good day today. How's everybody doing? Let me know if you guys can hear me good in the chat. We're about to get started here for today's session. New Year's Eve tomorrow. So happy early New Year. Happy early New Year, yo. 2026. New Year, new me. You know what they say. Over here we become a new me every month. You know, every month you have the ability to learn more, lock in more, devote more time. Every month you can become a better version of yourself. Not every year. Every month, every week. Today was a good day though. Anyone make money today? I sent 2 trades today. I sent it to everyone that is in the Telegram or the Discord. Well, like 2 signals in the last like 24 hours basically. Yesterday, today. Hope you guys saw them. Hope you guys caught them. Maybe you caught one of them. Maybe you caught 2 of them. If you didn't catch any of them, it's all good because we do this every week pretty much. We do this pretty much every single week. So if the signals are new to you, stay locked in on the sessions, cause this is what we do every week. And I could have went 3-0 today. I missed one trade. The first trade, realistically, we could have entered like 3 times, but I missed one trade. I'll go over that trade too. Let me know in the chat if you guys caught any trades, if you made any money today. I sent 2 trades to you guys that follow me. Holiday special, you know, it's a late Christmas gift from me, all right? Or a New Year's gift, basically, holiday gift. There you go. Let me know. EURUSD, I could look at it, but I haven't looked at EURUSD. Last currency pair I looked at, I think, was like GBPUSD and USD CAD, wherever that was. Yeah. I think the last time we looked at a currency pair was GBPUSD and USD CAD. I probably still have USD CAD marked up. What did that do? That just kind of did its thing. GBPUSD, last time I looked at a currency pair. I mainly look at gold. EURUSD looks bearish right now. I mean, it's on the daily in an uptrend. It's kind of been doing what GBPUSD's been doing. GBPUSD's been in a nice trend here for the last like 2 months, since November. Since like early November, it started moving up. There's been some nice trend here. FOMC meeting minutes soon. Market has wicked down to like this area on GU. Just took out all this. GU looks interesting. Euro kind of looks the same. Someone asked. I mean, I don't really look at EURUSD or trade it like that. Daily's at an interesting point for it. I can see that on the daily. Gonna go over the gold trade soon. But yeah, like I was saying, it's New Year coming up. I know some people might be motivated, some people might not be motivated. Not thinking too much on the FOMC because pretty much done for the day. Gonna let it do its thing. I mean, I know we got it soon. It's good to wait. I don't like to be in the market before news. What's silver at? Silver, wow. Yeah, silver's been pushing. Came back to 78. I know we talked about buy. We were talking about how silver looks strong because we were looking for buys on gold when silver was here. When silver was here last night, we were in gold buys. Silver looked stronger at the time, and then gold moved. We were in gold buys when silver was here. Hopefully you guys caught the trades. Let me know in the chat because first trade was sent yesterday. It was a buy the dip situation, so easy setup. Nothing crazy. Patience. So you can see the timing. Timing matters. You know, being patient. Yesterday's trade that I sent out, 43.35, 43.30 area. Sent it in Discord too. That was a good trade. That thing ran. Like, that thing ended up running, hitting all take profits. We had a really good move. I call this like a buy the dip scenario. Like, this was a perfect like buy the dip for gold yesterday. It was a pretty intense day. Like, there was a huge drop, and now after 2025, like 2025 was an eventful year. I'm used to seeing these drops. They can be pretty crazy if you're not used to them. Like 2025, we got a bunch of these drops on gold. Gold dropped over $240 yesterday when the market opened. So like, I was on the sidelines for it all. That's where this first signal came down to, like, timing. The first trade that I sent out really came down to the timing of it, because the market was pretty much done its movement. This was past London session, so gold was dropping. London session was finished, and I waited long enough until this candlestick, 4 hour. With that type of movement, you gotta understand, like, there's gonna probably be a lot of stop losses getting hit. Probably a lot of blown accounts. Probably a lot of losses for buyers in there. Because obviously, gold was super bullish, and it still is bullish. Like, there still could be a long-term trend intact going into the middle of the year, or the end of going into the middle of 2026 or the end of 2026. But price was already super bullish, so like, what does that make us? Like, when price is going up like this, what are we always thinking? We're like, oh my gosh, gold's going up. Like, it's bullish, right? There's demand there. So like, anyone who was buying the dip, just buying, probably would have got stopped out, right? Taking loss, closed trades, maybe blown accounts, margin calls, this and that. I was explaining yesterday, it made sense where it pulled back to. It might seem like it was a crazy pullback, like, oh my gosh, what happened? But when you look at like the bigger picture, it did make sense where it pulled back to. Like, even when we look at the 4 hour, and I explained all this yesterday live, we came back to this resistance. So even there, I was explaining this yesterday. Think about like anyone who would have been buying there would have got stopped out, more than likely. I mean, I didn't think gold was gonna drop this much, but it did, and I've been in scenarios where it's dropped that much this year. Like, if you look, the last time we had a drop like this was in November over here. Price dropped the same amount. Same drop happened there in November, not that long ago. So it might seem like a drop that throws you off really fast. A lot of times when these types of drops happen, sentiment changes. So you might see a drop like this and become more bearish. You might be like, oh my gosh, the market's switching. I gotta, maybe we're in a downtrend. I don't think this drop is not enough to signal a long-term downtrend. It's not enough yet to validate like we're gonna go into a long-term downtrend or a huge correction. Like short-term, we could. Like the market could form some structure here and still come down lower, and then maybe even try to run up. Like it could still hold a longer trend. This drop, although it was big, fast, right? I don't think it confirms like a trend shift as of yet. Last time we got a drop like this was in November over here, and you can see how gold recovered that. It had some pretty big distance down, not as fast, but you could see like as big. You could see there was like a recovery there. There would have been in here there could have been like 2 trades caught, maybe 3. There's a retest on 4,050. If you look here at this wick, it broke above. There's a retest on 4,050. That's pretty much like one of the trades I caught today. But you can see like last time we had a drop like this, the market did recover. It actually came back into the low it made, so you could like see down here how price made this low and it went up. So it's like for bullish, this low would have to hold. Otherwise, if that low doesn't hold, we go down more and find lower pricing. Could come back. Like it's even trying already. Like the market has shifted up. It's doing a bit of a pullback. You can see if you mark this like 43.50. I talked about this last night as well. Anyone who was on last night. Might come down to 43.50. Like right now it's holding 43.50. That's an important number. Anyone who follows the streams knows why I'm marking 43.50. That's a quarter level. So 43.50, that's a quarter level. That's a quarter price. These are important. Because even if you miss the buy the dip, so there's 2 trades I caught, right? One was not that long ago. And I'm going to explain it soon. But the first trade was even also using quarters. So down here was 43.25. Simple. If you look at where we first reversed, 43.25. That's a quarter level. 25, 50. So we actually missed a trade here or here. We actually missed 2 possible entries. 1 or 2, basically the same kind of setup. Could have been an entry here. Now, not that long ago, anybody who saw in Telegram or Discord a few hours ago, I sent a trade at 33.65, 33.60 area. Now the market was already above 43.50, and I saw it attempted to come close to it. Like I was like, this came super close to that, Very, very close. And I wanted to buy there. But I was like, it's still probably going to make a move off of 55. Like, it didn't hit 50, but it hit 55. So I was like, okay. That area is gone. The next best area is 60, 65. But I was watching the 30-minute candle. The 30-minute candle rejected perfectly. I sent it, I think, shortly after that candle. Like, that candle was about to finish. Look at the time I sent it. I sent it at 11:28. You go look at the time I sent the signal at. I sent it at 11:28. You can see 11:27 here. Right before that 30-minute was about to finish. We're getting a good 30-minute rejection here. It almost went to 50, so I was like, all right. That would have been the trade. There would have been a trade here. Could have got like 55 a little bit earlier, but it didn't hit 50, but it's still rejected. But you could see why, like, sometimes just having minimal targets, like, I'm all about catching the move. Like, I didn't send a signal for a 500 pip take profit. Like, we caught a move, right? For me, it's about catching moves. Like, I don't always care about how big, like, it's not the greatest risk to reward, but I made money. I caught move. There was a setup there. I don't look at my trades like, oh, the risk to reward is this. I can't take the trade. Because if there's something there that I think is going to happen, I'm going to pounce on it. So it was really this 30-minute candle. But through the night, like, I was monitoring 43.50. So 43.50 level. Ever since gold broke above it, I was watching 43.50 and I was like, there's a trade there, but I missed it. So I was also like, had in the back of my mind, like 43.50 is a level that's probably going to hold. Like, if you look at 43.50, gold's still holding. Like, it looks more bullish, like above that level. Like, there's a lot of support here. It traded into like that order block right there. If you look at the 5-minute, it's like the 5-minute reacts. Like, look at where all the candles are reacting on the 5-minute time frame. Like here, you trade into that. This move gets traded into. This move gets traded into. A lot of order blocks here. You literally have order block, order block, order block, order block. You have an order block right here. That's gold. Gold will trade like right here. Look at right here where I'm circling right now. Boom. Like, if you're looking at how many possible entries, like, I sent 2 entries to you guys today. And you guys might be looking at it like, damn, 2 entries in a day, that's a lot. No, like if you actually look at how many entries you could get on gold in a day, if you really break it down, there's a lot. Like, gold respects order blocks. Like, look at all these retests on the 5-minute candles. Boom, boom, boom. Look at all those possible entries right here. Look at this one down here. Bam. There's a lot of them. Gold will respect them a lot. Like, look at how many support reactions we have. So you're looking at possible entries. It's like there's a lot if you can see the chart on, you know, certain structures on different time frames. Like, this is the 5-minute, obviously. This here is like a break and retest above the resistance too. Right now it looks bullish to me. Those asking, like, even here we got support here that's holding, and we have this low down here. It's like maybe it still holds this and tries to go bounce back up. The whole number has been working nice. Like, look at, we tapped 4,400. I wasn't even awake when that happened. Right now it's like 43.50 is holding. It might maintain 43.50, try to come back to 43.50, 43.55 even. There's a lot of support between 43.60 and 43.50. You can see between 43.60 and 43.50 there's a lot of support. If you're looking at entries just using quarters, how many entries could you have possibly gotten today? I sent you guys 2 different entries. Just the line I said I could have sent 3. Like, there could have been a buy here. Let's just say you use 10 to $15 stop loss, right? I mean, that could have been in terms of pips, like, it's the amount of pips you could possibly catch. That probably would have been the trade there. Or maybe this. Or at the most, you could see, like, this thing went up a lot. If you're looking at quarters, buys and sells, not just... There's another entry here for a buy. Like, really close to it. Might have missed that one. Yesterday, 43.25. Let's say you use $10, so that would have been like 43.15. Might have got stopped out there. My stop loss was at well, I sent the signal after this, so I avoided that. Might have got stopped out if I sent the signal anywhere here, to be honest. But I sent it after that. Still would have been good timing. I think, like, if you were trying to buy gold, like, down here, good timing. Just using the quarters, there could have been 3 buys, technically speaking. Entries. So that's the thing about gold. Like, gold, you could try to catch one swing on it, and it might be a lot of pips, but it offers the ability to get, like, in and out of, like, you could stack up. There could be multiple entries on gold in a day. I showed you guys that literally today. I sent you guys 2 winning trades. Sells like 4,400. Look at 4,400. That's a quarter level. So, like, just using quarters, like the entries. This is one of our trades. Hit full, take profit. Just using quarters. If you're using like a $10 to $15 stop loss, up here sells. Uh, 75. If you put 75 even, I think there was some reactions at 75 for sells. If we look at 50 here, there was a reaction there. So, like, the quarters are pretty, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, 7, even like 7 if you really want to count this here. 7 times today that, like, you could see gold reacted off of one of the levels where there's a quarter. So quarters are every $25 for those who don't know. Something we talk about a lot on these streams. You can backtest it. I teach it all the time. If you're inside the inner circle, you know, I teach it all the time in there. I mean, it's FOMC meeting minutes. It's not FOMC. Like, it's not, you're not going to get the same impact, really. I don't think as much as, like, a FOMC. That's gold. So, like, gold, like, it can provide an entry a day. Like, there's entries available on gold. This is one of our strategies. If you look at the 30 minutes, so a lot of times when you get like a solid downtrend, whatever time frame, let's just say the candles are bearish, for instance. Whatever the time frame is, 30 minute, 1 hour, the market's dropping, bearish candlesticks. When you're buying the dip, or when you're buying something It's good. It's good whether it's a correction, a pullback, or a reversal. It's good to have this type of market structure, even if it's a pullback inside of a trend. But if you want to avoid getting in early, you got to wait for like rejection candlesticks. If you want to avoid getting in early on trades, rejection candlesticks could be something like this, for example. Price rejection. This could be at a support level, at a resistance level, supply and demand zone. This could be using whole numbers, psychological levels, like I was just showing you guys with the quarters. Candlestick. So when I got into trading, and a lot of people, because I've been teaching people for years now, I was an educator for a while. We learned practical things like indicators, strategies like crossovers. If this crosses over this, if this looks like this, a lot of traders don't focus on like price action, like the action of price with the candlesticks, how the candlesticks form, how the candlesticks behave, their language, their bodies, the wicks. And this is a part of trading where you'll learn a lot. If you can sit and watch the candles, this is the part where you need patience. This is the part where you can get more patience from, is if you can learn to watch the candles and understand the candlesticks more. If you have like a good downtrend, you have a good downtrending market, whether it's a 4-hour time frame, a 1-hour time frame, and you're coming into, say, a support area or an area where there's demand, or price is low and it's looking like a good buy. You don't just have to buy the market. You can always wait for, again, rejection candlesticks. And this is a lot of time what I'm waiting for, or just spotting. I'm spending time on the chart and I'm spotting these types of candlesticks. And it could be a candlestick that drops. It could be a candlestick that drops at first, for example, but then flips bullish. These are like the best types of trigger moments to see. It's a candlestick that is behaving very bearish. It's dropping. Maybe it's going below a support level, or maybe it's even going below a previous low. Maybe to the left here we have like a previous low that candlestick is going underneath as well. So grabbing liquidity in essence. Wicks, like this is a good example. Like I think I put more. Let me see something. If I have something here. Oh, here we go. For example, like price rejection at a level. Here's another example of like some bullish types of rejections. I put some of this stuff inside of the Discord, like the last week's, under blueprints. If you go under blueprints section, there's a good amount of stuff in there. Well, there's the right amount of information. There's not a lot in the time that I posted it, but there's a good amount of stuff for what's there. So even something I'm talking about right now in this stream is blueprint number 2 here. That's one of the first things I posted literally a year ago, January 8th, 2025. We've been talking about this, and I've been proving since then it works. Like I posted this January 2025. Since then, I've proved numerous amounts of times how much this stuff works. So like rejection candlesticks could even be something like this. I'm pretty good at getting in on that candle now. I'm good at getting in on the the pullback candle. Now this is like an example of like a break and retest, but rejection candlestick in essence, something you want to wait for. That could look something like this, and this is where you might lose your trades, is when you're buying at the right spot or you're buying around the right area. You might be close to the right trade, but you're getting stopped out early. You're cutting your losses early. You're overthinking the trade though, because like yesterday we were in the trade and it went down a bit, and 5 people typed in the chat like, "Are you sure it's gonna go down? Are you sure it's going up? What are the trades going down?" It's like, don't overthink the trade, because sometimes you'll overthink the trade and you'll cut your losses, and then the market will go back up, and then you'll get pissed off, and then your emotions will start taking over. So a lot of times, like if you get stopped out early, if you get in early, a lot of times you're probably getting in like a candle like this that is just maybe grabbing a lot of liquidity at the right area. Rejection candlesticks are good to wait for, especially when you have a bias formed and okay, there's like a bullish market, like something setting up, because like Gold's very tricky, and it'll create these wicks. Like it'll create these wick behaviors. Again, talking about like behavior in the candlesticks. It'll create these long wicks in the market. Something that could even look like this, right? And that can propel the next candlestick up. That can give you that next candlestick going up, right? Especially when you can see the behavior of the candle in the moment, that could just propel that next candlestick to give you like a bullish movement. Like slingshot it basically. So you gotta be aware of this stuff, like around levels, when the market's pulling back, like it's trigger moments that can form, right? Rejection candlestick, if you look like literally, so I was looking here at gold for today's signal. Like again, I sent it on this candle, but even before that, there's some wick rejection, small candles in there. The market, if you look at to the left here, we're trading into a nice, pretty much like an order block here, good volume point. Like look where we're trading in. It's pretty much like, in my eyes, it was like at the time when you look at, when I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, this could be setting up. Right, we're above 43.50. Maybe we could come to 43. Like at this moment, it's like thinking, can we retest 43.50? Can we get 43.55? But like I often look at gold in like $10 areas. I'm like, okay, because like look at 43.60 for example. It's still perfect. Next candle like came down, breaches down, like you could see here. Once I saw this, and I already had kind of the bias set in hand, but once I saw price like reach down, almost come to 50, this started forming. I was like, okay, this is a good rejection. So this is when price is moving, I'm not just buying. I want to pull back. So when it's like, if you look at the entry zone, I have so many Discord messages, it's insane. I got like the most random questions though. People be asking me about my diet and stuff, like the most random questions too. I'll be like, it's not even about trading. I'll get the most random questions. So like this is the point I'm trying to measure like a zone. I'm like, I want pullbacks. Price is at 68, it's at 67, it's at 66, it's pushing. I want it to come between 65, 60. Like I want a pullback at this point. All right, there's support made here in the market. I want this next candle, the next candle opening, I want it to pull back. I want it to be bearish. This is where it's like, if you look at 60, this is where 36.60, 36.65 becomes like a good entry, because like I know it's not going to go back to 50, 55. So like if this is a rejection, this could be getting ready to go up here. Like if this is a rejection, it could be getting ready to go up based on the 30-minute. I want the next candle to pull down, and it did exactly what I wanted. But that's where I'll form these zones, these areas. So the next candle literally ended up wicking right down in my zone, in my area. 30. So like notice how I didn't chase price at 68. It's not like I was like, I gotta buy right now, get in right now. Price was at like, price pushed up right on the candle. I didn't just buy up there. I'm not just buying. I'm not chasing it. If anything, that maybe that next candle can provide the entry. And that's where the entry came, was literally on the next candle. Next candle ended up wicking down. So this is what I mean. If you ever hear me say, if we get a wick down or a wick back, like a wick, if we get a wick formation on the next candle, if you ever hear me say, if we get a wick forming on the next candle, this is what I'm talking about. Because I say it all the time. And then like, I'm not looking for hundreds of pips. I'm not trying to overhold the trade. Like I want a minimal move. Like gold gave us realistically at most a $17 move. It's about the pips. It's about stacking the pips up. Like I have a high win rate, so I don't care about the risk to reward as much because I have a high win rate. So I'd rather just catch the pips, because if I'm winning more, my pips are gonna stack up. I have a higher win rate. I win more than I lose. I know that. And like, win rate isn't everything. You could have a 33% win rate, a 40% win rate, and still be a profitable trader if your risk to reward is 1 to 3. Usually traders that have high win rates, you know, like, I've always had like a good win rate in trading. So one thing I struggled with was like, I would win a lot, win a lot, win a lot. So I'd put a lot on every trade, or like, you know, like marry every trade basically. You could be someone who wins like 40% of the time, but if you have a 1 to 3, if you're averaging a certain risk to reward, you could be profitable. It's not always about win rate. That's why, like, when the setup's there, I'm not looking for hundreds of pips. If the market goes, it's gonna go. Yeah, like often if you have a high win rate, if you're like me, if you have a high win rate, you might build more ego around your trades. You know, when you lose, you're more likely to overtrade and try to win it back because you're used to winning, 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 winning. So like traders, like some traders who have like like a lower win rate are usually way more detached from the market. They don't put so much weight on every trade or every like setup. If I'll have a higher win rate, you could usually think that's where ego can come into play. Let's see though. That was, if you look at the 30-minute, that's from the 30-minute. Like, if you go on the 5-minute though, one thing I noticed on the 5-minute too is it was actually perfect. Right here, 5-minute change of character. If you actually look at the 5-minute, right here, crazy how a lot of time frames actually showed a few things. This looks pretty clean. Some of you guys might be able to see what I'm marking up here. On the 5-minute, you have a nice market structure shift there. Right here, boom, boom, lower low, shifts up, makes a higher high. That pullback, literally when this was pulling back, I was watching it and I was like, it's gonna hold. There's an imbalance right here. When this was pulling back, I was like, this is gonna hold. I was sitting there watching it and I was like, this should hold. Everything was lining up. 30-minute, like all the candles, even the 15-minute had an engulfing candlestick. So if you look at the 15-minute chart, the 15-minute had an engulfing candle. 15-minute engulfed. Look at the next candlestick, how it pulls back 50% of the engulfing candle. This is a critical moment to learn right now. Like, some things might be confusing, but I'm telling you, the people that have been on a lot of sessions are learning a lot right now because they've seen this before. We've talked about stuff like this. If you're new here, it might be like, well, what's going on? Or if you're new to trading, it might be some words, some verbiage that you're new to. But this is a critical moment of learning because throughout 2025, I don't know how many times I've broken stuff down like this. It's more than enough to count. But that was the trade. It was as simple as that. All targets were hit. Like, it's back in the zone. We can analyze it before I get off. Yesterday, the first trade was just classic buy the dip, guys. Like, look at, like, so for example, look at this chart. Remember what I just went over about rejection candlesticks? Look at the 4-hour here. Look at all the candles that are going down. So if, let's just say the only time frame you were limited to viewing was the 4-hour, how many trades would you actually be able to take? See, the reason we're able to find more setups is we break time frames down. But like, if you were only look at the 4-hour, you'll lose in an environment like this, looking at chasing the 5-minute. Or chasing the 15-minute every time the 5-minute or 15-minute moves. The 4-hour is a very key time frame for when trends will die down. Like, I mean, if anybody's read the Candlestick Trading Bible, I put everyone on. You know how many people I put tens of thousands of people on this book. You realize? Like I don't know if any. Oh, it's not loading. GG. Candlestick Bible's gone, guys. At least for me. Get over here. If you're a new trader, start here. I've put people on this book for years. If you're a new trader, start with this book. So this is my mentor. People ask me who my mentor is. It's this guy right here. However you say his name. I just broke down a lot of stuff. I haven't looked at the chat. Yeah, red rejection. So the color doesn't necessarily signify like, you know, color doesn't so much matter like in terms of rejection. Like it does. Obviously, we'd rather see green and red. But you can have times where there's like, it depends, like the wicks. So your candle, that was a good question. Does red, someone asked a good question there. That was a good question. Are red rejection bars considered bullish? Yes. And green can also be considered bearish, depending on where it's located. Depending on like where the location of the candle is. Like if you look at, see this long wick? See this long wick here, for example? Like the candle's red. It's after the market's dropped a bit. I mean, the next candlestick's called an inverted hammer, which is green. Like long wicks could have a red, you know, you could have a long wick. Let's see if we can find a green one. Like here's a candlestick that shows some rejection. That's literally the same candlestick here. Opposite in a way. Some inverted hammers. There's a lot of hammers here. Some hammer candlestick there. Like rejection, usually you want to see it like green or red, but depending on like where you're at on the chart, because like if you were looking at this candle in the moment, that's a rejection candlestick. Look at the candle before it though. The candle before it's small. Engulfing candlestick before it. I mean, not before it. Small candlestick before it. So these two together show a rejection together. Because you have an engulfing candle. You got that small red body. I mean, let's see if we can find like... like up here, look at the top here. These two together. Like look at these two candlesticks right now together. Here. That's like a small sign of rejection there. Long wicks, like if we were like, see this could oftentimes signal a bearish signal in the market. See that? Small green body, long wick. Oftentimes when you see a candle, maybe we can find those at like a top somewhere. A candle like that somewhere at like a top point. It's like a shooting star. Don't see any, but alright, time frame on. I'm gonna go on an hourly. Like you'll see, not all the time, but you'll see if, at times where like, you know, like, see here for example. It's a green candle at a top. Like, look at where the market's located. It's at a resistance. It's high up in price. It's a long wick. So when there's like a long wick signify reversals a lot of times, especially if it's at like a peak. Like this is pretty much at like a peak. right? The market's made a higher high. It's near resistance. It's been pushing up. So this candle was extremely bullish. And then it came down. So I mean that, it's green. The body's green. That signifies more bearish because of where its location is. Like if you look at these long wicks here, like I probably was, to be honest. I would have been like, see this candle, I would have been bullish after that candle, even though it didn't go up. I was on a Friday. The next candle rejected a bit but didn't go up. I would have been bullish there. Like if you look at these candles with these long wicks to them, now where that's rejection. What's confirmation? Confirmation could be like, okay, the green candle. It could be rejection, which could be early sign. Could be an early sign that the market's getting ready, that there's going to be a reversal. You can see these candles are red. This went all the way down and then came back, and then it did it again. So like, those are red candlesticks, but they do signify like rejection in the market. Long wicks, like see, this is a long wick here. It's a green candle, long wick. If you break it down to a 30-minute time frame there, you have a smaller rejection candlestick inside of that. So at times it could be even merging two time frames together with the candlesticks. Like you're like, if you're looking at this as an example, here, let's go to that. It's a good example. Where was that? Here. Like look at that. So hourly's on the left, 30-minute we have on the right. So like for example here we have the hourly on the left, we have the 30-minute on the right. The hourly is a green candle, but it has a long wick. Look at this long wick that forms on the hourly. Let me make this white. On the left we have the hourly. On the right we have the 30-minute. So inside that long wick, on the 30-minute, you're getting this rejection. It'd be good to merge time frames together to kind of like, I like to look at different, I like to go through the hourly, the 30-minute, and kind of see how the candles are forming. Because inside of an hourly, you could maybe find something on a 30-minute. Like you could have an hourly candle maybe printing a long wick. You might be able to find a rejection on the 30-minute inside of that long wick. So it's like hourly forms a long wick rejection. 30-minute has like a solid candle rejection, so there's like a good trade there. So like look at, for example, the trade I took today. Where's that hourly? I thought the hourly was gonna flip, and it did. Like there could be detail inside the candles. Like here there's a rejection candle. Look at the candlesticks a bit before that. Let me show you an example from 2 weeks ago. I put it in blueprints. Look at these candlesticks. Long wick, long wick. Look at the chart. So here's an example, long wicks forming rejection candlesticks. This is from a signal I sent 2 weeks ago in the inner circle. If you're inside the inner circle, I sent this signal. Yo, post in school. Let's see. Yo, we got some people posting in school. There we go. Not so long ago, it was $400. I couldn't do more because my head wasn't ready. Now it's over $4,000 in 1 day. More than a month's salary for me. Over 2 years in the academy, nothing came out of it. I thought it wasn't for me, but then Evan came and everything changed. Wow, what a testimonial. $4,000, nice. GG. Breakthroughs. Those are breakthrough moments. 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 Those are breakth This is a good trade. Oh yeah, I saw this in Discord too. Read this. Good morning. Happy holidays, everyone. I'm writing this message to thank Evan because I truly feel he saved my trading journey. Damn. Before meeting him, I felt lost without direction. After starting this path, it's as I finally saw the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm genuinely happy and grateful for the entire journey. From September until now, these months have been incredible. Yeah, from September until now, it's been pretty crazy. He took $266 to $3,000. Some payouts. Couple payouts along the way. Couple flips along the way. Look at these trades. That's the power of gold. That's why we're trading gold. Like we haven't focused on currency pairs at all this year. We talked some crypto. The power of gold trading, with the way it moves and the volatility. Yeah, we have people crushing it. Like I've seen some crazy results in the last couple of weeks. It's the power of gold trading. I think once you understand gold and its structure, like this person made, I think this much money today, $1,500. The power of gold trading. Today, collectively, I think I made tens of thousands of dollars for people. Literally $1,500, $1,000. That's $2,600 right there. $5,791. Maybe those. They took some sells there on their own, so they made some trades on their own. But there it is. Yeah. Collectively, like there's like $7,000 right there. Add another 900. We're in the 8K now. Like collectively, I made people tens of thousands of dollars today, and it's not even New Year, yo. There's another person, $626. Today was a crazy day. This is a crazy flip. Like it's these ones that are crazy, and like these are becoming normal. That's why I laugh at them. I say LOL when I see them. I literally say LOL sometimes in the chat because I'm like, it's not the first, second, or third, or 10th. This person, I've seen them do this like 10 times. This person alone. Look at this. $68 to $291. Then $350. Look at this process. $68 to $614. That's like 10x on the account. So it might look like high risk to some of you guys because okay, you're looking at a $68 account. This is one of the things I taught throughout a lot of sessions in the inner circle. We kind of talk about some mindset, risk management. If you guys are in the inner circle, you've heard me probably talk about this stuff before. Risk. Someone might look at this like $68. Okay, you're risking a lot on the account. Like he's probably trading on like 1 to 500 leverage, more maybe. I don't know. He's trading on 1 to 500 or like 1 to 1,000 leverage, but it's definitely leverage trading, right? You're using high leverage to do this, right? You're not going to be using 1 to 100 to be able to do this or something. 1 to 200. High leverage involved here, high risk, but small balance, high risk. So what's the risk here for the reward? It's, is he risking $68? Is he risking, more than likely he's risking half the account maybe going into this trade, but that's monetary value. Like what's the monetary value to you? Like you got, in terms of risk, it's like, am I risking $20 on the first trade? Okay, if he lost $20 or $30, his life wouldn't be over. His life wouldn't be over. Trust me. If he lost, I think even if he, let's say even if he blew the account, because this isn't the first time this person's done this. I've seen this person do this. I think if we go in Discord or school, let's see. Literally, like, I wonder if I can find his posts. He's done this before. He's done this like 10 times where he's took like a small amount to a freaking big amount. Gotta find some of these older ones. Here, he's done this before, like a no cap. Like I could find like 5 different times this same person. $68 to $610. This is possible with gold. Like I can testify it from myself, but I've seen a lot of people do it. One individual I've been able to see do it multiple times. Look at this, $39 to $441. Again, it's high leverage, high risk, but it's small account balance, okay? So this is where the right setup, the right patience comes into play. Like these are particular setups, like the ones that we just had. Like look how gold moved yesterday. Like gold dumped, he was literally buying the dip, right? So you're not trading like this this is like a weekly style trading. You're looking for one trade a week type of thing that could maybe give you a solid entry to provide that movement, right? To provide you, it's about the entry. The entry is key. Like that's why execution is key. Like it's not about chasing profits and numbers, because you could, like, here's one example, and I bet we could find another. Like if anybody has examples like this, post it in here. If anybody has some examples like this, post it in here. I know I saw another one last week where someone went from $50 to, I think, $500, a different person. Here you go. $50 deposit, withdrew 400, profit 411. Trading, trading doesn't have to be like, let me try to get to 10K right away. It's like, okay, let me see what I can do with $50 this week. Let me see what I can do with $50 this month. Test yourself, test your abilities, right? Because if I could take $50 to what they just, like, think about what they just did. $50, that's almost 10x right there of the account. Test your abilities. Like, don't just try to rush for the funded account and try to be a six-figure trader right away. What can you do with $50 in an account? $100 in an account, right? More or less. 250, 500, 1,000, maybe depending on your risk tolerance, right? We have a good amount of people on this stream, so all of you might be at different stages in your trading, right? Some of you guys might be new, dabbling, testing the waters. So if you're getting into trading, and I've told a lot of my students, like the ones that have been trading for 3, 4, 5 years, to take a step back. Usually the ones that have been trading for 4 or 5 years have to take a step back. It's the people that are new into trading that have an open mind that get to learn the right way from the beginning. There's a lot of traders who've been trading 3, 4, 5, 6 years that have to take a step back, relearn things. I've had conversations with people that have told me, like, Evan, because of you, I've relearned things. And I've been trading for 3, 4, 5 years, right? That's normal. I've had to relearn things throughout my journey too, and take steps back too. I talk about it all the time. And I've told you guys that's something you might have to do. Like, look at this person. This person talked about it right here. This person literally said, this person's been trading for some years. Another person here said over 2 years in a previous trading academy, nothing came out of it, but things have changed. I mean, over having too much information is not always going to change the outcome. So you could know every strategy, you could know every trading indicator, you could be a wizard on the charts basically. You could know smart money concepts like crazy. Whatever. You could be the best smart money concept person, ICT, whatever it is, price action trader, anything. And if you know too much, that might cloud your decision making. So that's why we always also say less is more. Not focusing on everything, but just maybe focusing on the right things, the right execution, what you know works. But I've told a lot of these people that have been trading for years. We have 640 members in my inner circle. A lot of them have been trading for years, and I got a surprise for you guys coming. Inner Circle 2.0 Phase 2 is loading 2026. 30 to 40 days. All right, get ready. And I think I'm going to host a masterclass when I launch this. So when I launch the website, for anybody inside my inner circle, I'm going to host a 3-day masterclass. It's going to be called the Gold Print. We're going to be going. So if you guys remember the masterclass I did, but this masterclass is going to be for inner circle students only. So it's not going to be to the public. The last masterclass I did was for the public. This masterclass I'm going to do in 30 days from now is going to be for inner circle students only. But we're launching website soon. This is a sneak peek of it. I don't want to show you guys everything because I don't want to yet. You guys aren't ready for it. You guys aren't ready for it. I don't think you guys want. I don't know if you guys want to see now. I don't know. Let me check the chat. So we're doing another masterclass. It's gonna be called the Gold Print. 30 days from now. All right, 30 to 40 days. We're gonna be launching the website. We got Inner Circle 2.0 launching soon. So for all of you guys, 640 of you guys. I mean, not everybody's on this call right now, so some people are missing this information. Let them know in the chats. Because yeah, I think we got. How many people we got on? Yeah. We got 2.0 launching, so that's coming in 2026. I think in like 30 days from now. That's basically, you know, I want to have it launched for Christmas, but good things take time. We're building a Rolls Royce here. As you can see, this is just one page right here. This is going to be the trading journal. So there's going to be a trading journal that will go over your weekly statistics. So it'll break down your trades weekly. You have to import your trades. So this is basically like your homework, a place you can do homework for yourself if you want to take your trading more serious in 2026. This is just one section here. I can show you, like, we're going to have live streams inside of here. We're going to have our own chat inside. So we're going to be live streaming inside of the Inner Circle. So we'll be going fully live from the website. This is just a little sneak peek. That's the trading journal. So you can import your trades. It'll show like your weekly statistics. Maybe if you hopefully you're not taking too many trades, you might need to do this once a week type of thing then. You know, if you want to see your statistics weekly, or you could do it at the end of every trading day. Once a week, you can do it once a week. It could take you 1 hour to do once a week, or you could do it at the end of every trading day. Hopefully you don't take 50 trades. That's if you take like a bunch of trades, then it might take some time. But it's a pretty cool feature we're going to add in there. Live streams. I don't want to show everything, but don't want to show everything yet. There's more coming. I'm not going to click on this one yet. Yeah, I'm not clicking on this. You guys don't want to... Yeah, no, I'm going to save... I'm going to show that in like 2 weeks. All right? Analyze gold. There's different sections here, but it's going to be dope. You guys will see shortly. Well, 30 days. Get ready. It's loading. 2.0 loading. I told you guys, it's going to look like a Lamborghini. And there's more stuff. There's more tabs. It's not done yet. So it's going to be done in like 30 to 40 days. It's not even finished yet. And this is just the preview. It's not even, this isn't even like, this is just the, I'm just on a PDF right now, basically. This is just the preview. So it's not even done yet. So we're getting there. We're loading. Getting there. 2026 loading. I told y'all. I told y'all. Y'all didn't believe me. Still got the iPhone giveaway to do and the one-on-ones. A lot of stuff's coming. I've been as you can see, been a bit busy focusing on this and signals. Been focusing on trying to make you guys money and this. Still gotta give away the iPhone. Your boy's been lacking, but at least one of you guys is winning. January 1st. I want to get a bunch of people on that call when I do it. So yeah, we're gonna do a masterclass when we launch the website. We're gonna do a 3-day masterclass. If you guys remember the last masterclass that I did, it was fire. It was open to the public. I think that was like before Black Friday. So we're going to do another one. It's Inner Circle only this time, though. All right? So when we launch this website, it's coming in 30 to 40 days. It's going to be fucking sick. And yeah, phase 1. Phase 1. This is basically phase 2. Who knows what phase 3, 4, 5 is going to look like in the future. But always trying to innovate, upgrade, add value. The new videos were going to come, but I figured it's going to be better to just add it here. So I didn't want to add new videos. I'm going to add some trade breakdowns to school, but I figured it's going to make more sense that when you guys get a new website, you get new videos too. So that's where all the new course videos are going to come out, is in the website. And yeah, we're going to be streaming right from the website. The schedule will be on the website. And yeah, it's gonna be sick. It's coming, loading. Trade journal's sick. Once a week, basically, you could upload like your trades. You could import your trades to it. It's manual. It's not automatic yet. All right, yet. But for now, it's manual. It's sick. It's dope. Tested it a bit. But yeah, loading. Basically just focus on signals. Like since December is a good month, we just smashed 2 signals today, like in the last 24 hours. So if we add on to, and I sent those signals to the world. But if you're in the inner circle, December was a good month. The signals that I sent today were just public signals. Good trades. Like, I mean, some of you guys have been trading for a while now, and you haven't, some of you guys have been trading for 3-4 years, a couple of years, and you haven't caught moves like this, right? So it's time to learn, time to lock in the right way, right? I've been doing this all year. Some of you guys have been seeing me rock like this, days like today, like all year. So make sure you guys stay close because we did it in 2025. We got a new website launching. This excites me. Going to be streaming a lot. Going to be staying active in 2026. So yeah, we got this loading. It's coming. Make sure you guys lock in. Like I said, there's more coming. Remember when I said the best is yet to come? I wasn't capping. Gold looking bearish though on the 4-hour. Like ever since that 4-hour rejection, like I would chill on buys for now. Like we caught some moves. We don't need to overtrade. Ever since that 4-hour candle there, it's been dropping. 4 hours structure right now is bearish. So we might have to wait till tonight maybe to find a trade setup. It looks like it just broke this level. I don't think right now. Yeah, it just broke down. FOMC meeting minutes impacts coming in kind of now from the looks of it. I'm not in any trades. The trade I sent, all the trades I've sent hit take profit. I wouldn't, like even right now, I wouldn't chase price. I would let it come back to the low, if anything. If we're going to trade it again, it's maybe if it comes back like down to this low to retest the low. If there's a trading opportunity, maybe we come back into the low and we see how the price looks around there if there's a bounce off the low. Around the low, I think would be a better territory to see if it comes and tests the low. Right now, what's it doing? It's retesting 43.50. So it could potentially try to hold there. It has been since last night. I mean, we just took out some lows, but it'll be good to see if we come down to like the 4-hour low and how the market looks around there. Right now, you're retesting 43.50. I'm not going to send a trade because I'm 2-0 for the day, so I'm going to leave it at 2-0 for the day. I'd rather stay 2-0 than risk going 2-1 and just wait for the next setup. Tomorrow, I know we got bank holidays, so it's like, are we going to move much tomorrow? It is the end of the year, so why did gold drop so much, like, right at the end of the year like it did yesterday? I mean, some things we could think about. The end of the year coming, gold all-time highs, people taking profit, they wanting to balance their books. Like, if you're looking at, like, companies, hedge funds, businesses that have clients too, like they want to have their yearly performance good, so to balance their books, like that's one reason too to consider why gold would have had such a big drop. Like end of the year, people taking profit not only for themselves but even like think about clients that hedge funds, bank, like institutions, banks, whatever it is, has too. So I mean, that's one reason why we could say gold is dropping. It's been going up all year. Year-end balance sheets. At the end of the year, basically like funds, banks, managers, institutions, they want to clean the books, right? They sell positions that have performed pretty well over the year to lock in profits and reduce risky holdings just to show solid performance for investors too. Like, that's one thing to balancing the books and cleaning up the books does. So that does create temporary selling pressure, and that can push XAU down even if the long-term trend is still bullish, that can push it down in the short term. You also have like end of the year options expiring quarterly. So that could be like quarterly or that could be annual options for futures that are expiring. So many options and futures contracts expire around the year end as well. So big players, like I just mentioned, often need to like buy or sell quickly to close positions or like hedge their risk. It could be it's a large amount of things. Like these types of large adjustments can trigger sudden moves in price. Portfolio rebalancing, so like ETFs, gold ETFs, funds, they're basically regularly rebalancing their holdings. So this could be like if an asset's grown so much or even too much, it gets sold. If it had, if it underperforms, it'll be bought, right? So the redistribution going on can create like a temporary downward pressure on XAU. We are seeing that, right? We are seeing that. So that could create like a temporary downwards like momentum. We do have this trend line here. And we are seeing that. Like what we're seeing is pretty much like looking like it might turn into something like this. See, the last time gold dropped was here on the daily, like a really big drop. And then obviously we had this one here. Does it turn into that? It could turn into a much bigger drop like this, which would take us probably all the way down to like here, back down to almost 4K. If it were to have like a bigger drop, market's trying to correct, maybe it corrects into a bigger drop, but still long term ends up holding like the trend. So long term, I still think there's like a bull trend, but right now we're just seeing, I think, short term sell pressure, end of the year, all the stuff I just mentioned, right? We're seeing that come into effect. That could last maybe another week. What if that lasts another week? It makes sense where price is returning to. When we look at the weekly structure, though, on gold, we do have this high here that we broke above, which is around 42.50. So when we look at the weekly structure, look at, like, we are pulling back to an area that is relevant on the chart. So although we're pulling back, we could even see the market could pull back even more, and that could still make sense for the technical analysis, right? When we look at this, we had a lot of resistance at 42.50, right, for gold. And we are in the midst of pulling back to that. So even that, like, maybe this is a healthy even move coming. Like, we're pulling back to a previous resistance. Let's take our time with this because obviously the momentum is strong. Like if we're thinking, okay, we want to buy the dip, we could still take our time with this because if it's going to continue the trend, right, we'll have signals of that, right? We don't have to rush price. We don't have to FOMO in like, oh my God, I'm going to miss out. Gold just went up all the way here. It started here. Just because you didn't buy right there doesn't mean you couldn't have missed out on something, right? There's plenty of buying opportunities after that. So once, like, we don't have to rush it. We could look at the weekly and say, look at where it's probably going to pull back to. Let's watch gold if it comes down to that area, if it comes back down to this weekly area, perhaps. Let's see, okay, maybe in the near future, which, I mean, the next week or two, realistically, maybe even this week. We got 3 days left on this week. Maybe even this week. Let's see if we come down to that area if you're looking for buys. For now, it looks like short-term sell pressure is coming in. If we're looking for another bicep, like we obviously just missed sells. Sells have been happening. It's maybe looking at this wick, like how does price behave in there? Right, but if we look at weekly structure, like things might line up in the next week or two. Interesting when we look at this chart right here. So something we may be able to focus on going into the new year. We are above here. Does gold stay above that in the next weeks? that would be a big turning point, I think. You know, if we maintain above that, so far we are, but that could be like, okay, trend continuation if that level holds. It's a weekly level that we reversed from. We completely broke above it, made new all-time high. Now we're pulling back to it. So gotta watch like the weekly, the daily, like how do they perform. Now today looks like it's gonna close bullish, not the biggest bullish candlestick. It is, let's see, consolidation bullish. Like today looks like today's gonna finish in 2 hours. So we're gonna look at this tonight. We're gonna be back on tonight and see if there's like another setup to view. Because gold now it's pulling back to the low. So if you look at last time it dropped like this, here, price went up, but then it pulled back to that low and it held that low. So right now, like if we're looking at maybe like thinking about maybe something we could possibly have for tonight, it's like, okay, price pushed up. Does it hold that low? It could potentially hold the low, and that would be, if there's another bullish setup, maybe the next thing to consider for gold. I don't really see right now, like, I think it's too early to tell right now. Gonna have to check back tonight, see where price is at, but now it's starting a pullback. It looking like it's gonna try to come into the low. Me knowing gold, like if there's another bullish setup, it's gonna be somewhere off of this low here. Like obviously that low is the 43.25, kind of far. 43.25. So it's like, do we hold? It's maybe like the same setup as yesterday in a way. There's a wick on that low. Like we got that low there that we with the wick too. Like I feel like we could potentially respect it, like hold the low with price and potentially get like a rebound back up. Like we might try to, like, but I think we need a little bit more patience, not chase it. I mean, it just wicked down a lot and it looks like it might try to reclaim 43.50. Be interesting if it closes above 43.50 and how the daily finishes. If the daily finishes a bit more bullish, be interesting to see. Like trading back into the, like this low basically where we were yesterday. So if it's gonna hold, I think it has to hold like that low. Maybe the low could hold today or going into tonight. Considering also the daily might be closing bullish. Considering we might be getting a daily bullish close today. So that kind of maybe pushes price up tomorrow. That low would have to really hold. You might get a trading opportunity out of that for tomorrow's candle. That's all I really see for gold like right now. The more we look at it, spend some time on it, it's starting to look a bit more clear where price is trading into. It just had a big drop, but it's trading into some volume, like price action. If we look at the 4 hour, we have that big wick there, but we made a move up. We're basically looking like we're trying to trade back into that, potentially hold it. I mean, a lot of times like that can happen. Like if you look at gold, like if you look at this low here, what happens with this low here on price? So what does price do? It comes back into it here, right? So you could see the whole low, like from this green candle on, and then you obviously have the wick. Like if you're looking at where the expansion happened, like you have this low, you have that green rejection candle. Price trades back into that. Also trades back into that wick. Look at right here, like take any low, like there's a low here, or even better, like there's a low right here where I'm circling. Price pushes up, makes a higher high. Okay, it comes down, it's trading into that low, trades right into the wick. So it's like we could come into like here potentially. Like it might react, but still come into there. Keep an eye on that low maybe tonight, going into tomorrow. Now you look at the low, go back test, go look at one low at a time and look at where it where is it reacting off of? Like go look at a low. Where did that react off of? And then go to the right, you know, like, and as you go up, like see this low that I'm circling right now, the low here, price comes back into it, right? Trades off of it, doesn't stick, but you can see there's a slight reaction. It's like the lows, they're important, like where price moves from. Like see here, this low would have been a good trade there. Would have been a good entry. It didn't go crazy, but there would have been some action to catch there. I probably sent a signal. I feel like I sent a trade there. Who knows? Like, look at where all this is where this is reacting, right? To the left, at another low. You look at price action, like where it trades into volume, like here. I sent a signal there. I remember that on the 11th, on the 10th, going into the 11th. We were actually in a gold buy here. I live streamed too. It was on a live stream. Look at here, for example. Where is price trading into? Look to the left. Right, look at the low here. Go watch that live stream. I literally called the trade out live here on gold. Live, I called the trade out on gold. Literally called the trade out live on gold there. Actually, I didn't. I called a signal there. No, wait. No, I called the trade up here. My bad. That just looks really familiar. It looks similar. I called the trade up here. Volume, order blocks. So, like, for example, where's this trading off of? The imbalance of this engulfing candle. We're also even touching that red candlestick right there. It's like, it's really where the volume moves here, like right here, where I just squared. Like the volume moves here. The market's trading back into that. You could probably take this thing the whole way up and look at and see a lot of buys. You could probably take this thing from start to finish and look at the lows, like where price brings in volume. Where does the market move? All right, like here, okay, here we move up, we make a low, we create a high. Okay, so there's a bullish rejection, a bearish rejection. It comes down. So there you have an order block. Bam. Right there, filled. So right there. Now, where's the next buy? So where does the next buy form? Once you pick a starting point, like here, and then just go. And look at where the buys form. Boom, boom, there's a buy here. Where does the next buy form inside of that? Where the volume is coming in from. Right, so if you were to actually really look at this chart from the starting there, every place there's a buy, look to the left. Like there's either going to be an order block, an imbalance. Order blocks will often look like a support level, trading into like a low. Like here, for example, look to the left, what it's trading into. See this red candle? Whoops. Where'd we go? If you really want to train your eyes, try to literally look like here. You're trading into that red down candle, which goes up. There's literally an order block right here, like literally right, like see this red candle right here? Bam. Red candle pushes price up. So after that, there's a sell that brings in volume. We literally came right back into that sell volume that pushed us up, and then again we push up. So you really look at gold, like where it trades, like where, if you're looking at buys or sells, even sells, like usually like XAU or even like gold futures respect pretty much like all order blocks. Like gold respects a lot of order blocks. If you're looking at all the buys, like look at where these look where the best buy entries come from here. Like where are the best buy entries coming from? Like here is a great buy entry. Volume. You want to read volume with the movements, like price pushed up, it created a higher high. So that tells me there was good volume. There was sell volume to create that buy, because every buy is a sell, every sell is a buy. So before you get a big push up like this, the market sells to buy that move up. So it trades back into that. You could see how we trade back into that. You could literally you could probably dissect this chart like crazy. There's an order block right here in price, right? That red candlestick, that bearish candlestick after it, like it's a rejection candlestick, but there's significance with it because of what happens after, right? You get that red down candle, you get that push up that creates a higher high. You end up literally trading right back into that. You end up like the next buys reach for that over here. These little spots like this are something you got to get good at training your eye to see on gold. Once you see them, you can't really, it's hard to unsee them. You could back test gold on a 30-minute chart the last month or two and probably find a lot of them. Like, so it's like we're probably going to trade into that low. If anything, if we're looking for another good setup, like we're not just trying to chase anything, FOMO into thing, maybe we get a reaction around that low. Maybe tonight going into tomorrow. Like gold's movements aren't like so random. Like see this buy here? Look at where it's trading into. Right? Look where it's trading into to the left. So what's it trading into? Well, look at how the market created this low here to this high. So it's giving you that volume, that push up. Trades right into that. Gold, well known for that. Order blocks, like right here, you have an order block way up here, green one. Somewhat of a reversal. I was thinking maybe like here, like the market, there's a spot here the gold hasn't reached right here. Yeah, you could, your eyes, like depending on the time frame, like that, like every sell, so like buys, like when the market creates a buy and it moves, like it moves sustainably, there's a sustainable move that shows you good volume. Like a sustainable move could be, again, just like something that has moment, something like this right here, this up move. That's a sustainable move. It's concrete, it's structured, it's very flush. There's very little to no pullbacks, right? It goes from one point to another. Those types of movements. Like depending on where they are, like look at here with gold, like see up here, down here, you have some sustainable moves up, down. So you even look at where gold trades here, from here to here. We come back to there. We come back to here. And then from there, you could see like there's just more of those areas being found. And then stick with it as it goes up, as it goes up, as it goes up, right? You'll see if you, this is just kind of doing some homework right now, back testing the chart a bit. I'm doing it briefly, quickly. But take any like buy, any sell that you see, any good sell entry you see, like where did that come from? Look to the left. It's probably going to be an order block usually with gold, like So an order block is this right here. A buy to sell candle. If you look at the best sell entries, so try to look, they're either going to be like a break and retest in the trend, or like an order block, change of character. Like if you're looking for best sell entries with gold, you got to start looking at, okay, where do they come from? If you're not, like, I know a lot of people have been saying in the chats that they haven't been able to see sells on gold lately. And that makes sense, like, because gold has just been going up a lot. Like, it's been on a super uptrend. The uptrend has been way more very clear. Way more very clear. Like, if you're looking for good entries, try to go on your chart and look at where do the good entries, like, come from. Like, there's a good sell here. Okay, what's to the left of price on the 30-minute, on the 1 hour chart, right? Or even the 4 hour, or even here, you have, like, another good entry right here. So sells, if you're not seeing the sells, try to go look at, like, where are the good sells coming from, where are good sell entries coming from. Gold 48. So we do have, like, there is sell side liquidity here. Like, the market just took out this, right? It is kind of like a break and retest. I think maybe we hold the low. I'm thinking we could hold the low potentially. I'm thinking we hold this low on gold. I guess trading right into that kind of cluster that was made yesterday. It really respected 43.25. Right now it looks like 43.40. You have a pretty big area there for gold that it could hold. Honestly, like, it's a pretty big low, so you can see these quick spikes down are happening. Maybe those are where you could grab entries on quick spikes down. I'd be maybe looking for an entry here, maybe an entry here if it goes a bit lower, maybe a couple entries around this area, stop loss at the same spot. It looks like it's trying to wick down and then it recovers. To me, looks like we're gonna try to shift up. I don't know, like right now, yeah, obviously price is spiking up right now. Do we have another signal? I don't know, maybe. I'm gonna keep an eye on this thing, but the setup might be something like this, just from like eyeball right now. I don't know if we have another signal, maybe loading. We'll see, maybe in the next hour or a couple hours. Chill. If you want to join the inner circle, I can send you the link. It's lifetime access. Lifetime access. We got 640 members. We're on the way to 700. Watch. This is the link to join the inner circle. It's one-time payment, lifetime access. You get full lifetime access for life. We got the website launching soon. We're always going to innovate, create, and add more. I'm excited to launch the website. Schedule is going to be, for now we're on school. Until the website comes. I'm going to put a schedule for January. I'm going to be streaming a couple times throughout the week in January. And yeah, we're going to be focusing on signals as well. Like, that's what I've been focused on the last few months. This kind of like what I'm seeing. You could wait. Yeah, someone said in the chat, wait for the candle to close. We could try to look for like hourly rejections in here. Maybe the hourly can flip in this area. We might have a signal loading, to be honest. Maybe for tonight, going into tomorrow, we might. Bank holidays tomorrow, like all day tomorrow, and going into Thursday. So we got New Year's. Markets, like, depending on your broker, like, there might be different operating hours, might be closed for a bit. Kind of like what happened on Christmas. Pretty much like the same thing that happened on Christmas. Yeah, 1 hour is looking not bad at the moment, but there's still 43 minutes left on the 1 hour. We might be able to find an entry on gold. We actually might be able to. Oh, damn. It might try to reclaim. This is what gold does. See how it's at 43.50 again? It might try to reclaim 43.50. So we might, like, look at this 1 hour right now. It's flipping bullish at the moment. And if it closes bullish, that could be maybe a good indication to where, like, let me just put it into perspective. If it closed bullish like this right now, I would look for an entry between 43.50, 43.45. Or maybe even 43.45, 43.40. Like, if this closed bullish how it is right now, or even a bit higher, I would, kind of like I was teaching at the beginning, I would want the next candle to pull back to 43.50 or lower. 43.50, 43.45, for example. 43.45 would put me in the wick if it closes bullish, if this candlestick were to close like this. So saying if this candlestick closed like this, might be a good entry. There's 42 minutes left on it, so yeah, we could watch for bullish rejection. Gold doesn't look bad. We might have another setup loading, to be honest. It's setting up potentially. Like, we do have another setup loading. We just got to keep an eye on it. 1 hour might close bullish. We'll see in like 41 minutes. I'll be on in a couple hours. I'm going to jump back on during Sydney, Tokyo session in a few hours from now. Around 7 p.m. Eastern time. I think that's when I'm going to jump back on. 7 p.m. Eastern time. Just see where the market's at. So that's in like 3-4 hours from now, I think. 4 hours from now. That'll probably be actually like 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern time. Maybe around there. We'll jump back on in 3 to 4 hours. I'll let you guys know in Telegram and in Discord. We'll see. We'll see where the chart's at, because I do feel like there could be another setup loading here for gold. Like, we have like maybe something loading here. 30-minute might reject. We are lower. Like, we took a buy up here. This is a lower low. We took a buy up here. They hit full take profit. So we are like lower now. We are getting like, so we are getting on the 30-minute. So this is where it's like, you look at the hourly. See, the hourly has 40 minutes left. It's looking like it's rejecting. 30-minute has 10 minutes left. 30 minutes rejecting. So this is one of those scenarios where I could look at the 30-minute and be like, okay, if the 30-minute closes bullish, I could use that. Maybe the next 30-minute goes up. If the next 30-minute goes up, the hourly would close bullish. So the 30-minute doesn't look bad. Like, this is, someone asked earlier about the red candlesticks. Remember, does red mean bearish or bullish, like for rejection? Someone asked that question earlier. And you can see right now the candlestick's red. But because it's forming this wick, and we have a wick next to it, and we know we just took out like liquidity, it could potentially be a bullish candle, depending on how it closes in 9 minutes and 52 seconds, so about 10 minutes. Let's say it closes green, or even with like a small body. See how it has a small body right now? This could be a sign of early rejection, right? An early sign of rejection if it was to close even like this. Now, it doesn't mean the next candle has to shoot up. It could, but the next candle could even wick down and do the same thing as this candle. Maybe go up and down, but it's an early sign of potential rejection. It kind of gets you a bit ready, right? When you're in the moment and you're maybe seeing something like this, right? It's not like, okay, I got to take a trade. It's like, okay, I have an early sign of rejection possibly here. That might be lining up even with the hourly time frame in 40 minutes. Right? It came, if we look to the left, it's obviously trading in a previous area as well, right? So it's like potentially this wick could be rejecting. Like, it could be creating wick rejection here. We could potentially push up. Yeah, we got... Okay. Yeah, we got China, Taiwan, Iran, and USA, Venezuela, brewing too. Facts. So these dips too, yeah, like the dips. These dips. So he added on top of everything I said before. Are these dips random? We got a lot of stuff going on in the world. Someone had just mentioned in the chat too. Yeah, so see this candle right now. Although it's red, it shows like some red momentum on it. It could be flipping bullish. The bottom wicks can help kind of signify that in this moment. That's how it's like you're a little bit more prepared before the move comes in. It's kind of like these candles I had over here for the last signal that I sent. We might have another signal loading, like on this here. 4340, 4345 area, maybe 4340, 4345 area. Might have another signal loading. Maybe maybe gold buys 4345, 4340 area. See, that's why when I jump on, I don't always go. It's not like jump on, where's the signal, or let's look for a signal. Usually that's like rushing it. If we jump on the streams and it's like we jump in a signal right away, usually we're rushing it. See, like, imagine if we bought right when it hit 4350. It's like, oh, we would have went in a drawdown. And it's like, okay, there's never have to rush everything. See, it's green right now, 7 minutes left on the 30 minute. This could be rejecting. We had a 15, yeah, see, even look at the 15 minute here. This is a sign of rejection, what I was talking about before. Will I send it for free? I'll send it for $1 million. $1 billion. Yeah, probably. I'll drop the analysis. I'll drop the analysis. Might have a signal. Might have a signal here. We might have a signal. We might have a signal. $30 minutes rejecting. It's obviously not like the optimal time to send us like to trade. Like it's 3:30. I think I sent. Wait. I think I sent a signal. Wait, when did I send the signal? Yesterday. Oh yeah, yesterday I sent a signal. Literally at this time. Huh. I'd want like a pullback, maybe 43.45, 43.40 area. Let's watch this 5 minutes. I would say gold buy 43.45 if we can get there, like closest to 43.45 would be a better entry, especially if this candle rejects bullish slash 43.40 area. That's if this 30-minute rejects bullish, because that could lean more towards the 1 hour rejecting bullish too. Like if it can pull back, it's not for this isn't the best entry right now. It's all right. If it can pull back to like 43.45 quickly, then it's like a better entry. Looks like it's gonna flip bullish on this candle. If this candle closes bullish, next candle is likely to push up, maybe have a wick back. Might have missed a little entry there. Like if we like being fast, like when you're streaming, sometimes it's like it's quick. You can see how like being quick at times you could get entries, but and patient. This takes patience because. But yeah, if you're fast enough, you could have got in and maybe like squeezed an entry, like boom. But patience leads to these types of moments where there's like confirmation showing, behavior going on, candlestick behavior, candlestick language happening that can sort of trigger something, trigger a moment. 43.45. Like let's see, this closes in 4 minutes. The 1 hour is green now. See, the 1 hour looks the same, but the 30-minute, we're on the 30-minute here, which closes in a couple minutes, 4 minutes. Then we got the 1 hour, which closes in 33 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up for the day. I'm going to drop the signal in Telegram and Discord. I'll put the stop loss, take profit, and everything. So head over to Discord or Telegram. You guys should all be in it. I'll drop the link in the chat. This link expires. Oh, I just invited that person by accident. Maybe some buys around this area. We could be rejecting. Look at the 1 hour. Might flip. Might do a 1 hour flip. 1 hour might flip. Yeah, I'm gonna send a signal in. Man, we're going for one more. We gotta. Yeah, let's continue. We're on a roll here. Let's continue it. Let's see. Is the candle gonna close bullish? I want to see if this candle closes bullish. It looks like it's going to. Timing. It's a 4 hour. Uh, 3:30. Yesterday, I literally sent a trade this time yesterday, actually. Yesterday we were live. Price is, wow. Price almost came to where it was yesterday. It almost came to 35. I think that the 1 hour rejects. The 1 hour is flipping right now, showing signs of rejection. Like, it is rejecting, but it's not finished. Like, it's not closed. But it has a long wick, small body there. 30 minute does as well. 30 minutes about to close in like 2 minutes, 1 minute and 42 seconds here. And it does look like the 30 minutes going to close. Potentially the next 30 minute could push up and you could probably get like a scalp momentum on gold. If this candle closes bullish, next one could potentially pull back even, like back down to like 45 and give an entry. That's what I'm seeing right now. That's what looks kind of clear right now, guys, for the moment on gold. I'll stay on for a little bit, see how this candle closes. I'm gonna watch it for a little bit.
Every time that he goes down, I feel the love, I don't need no closure. You're feeling down, baby, come let me hold ya. Would you come let me hold ya? Tú me encantas, a ti te rezo mi santa. Yo hablo como baila, ninguno en la discoteca usa. Tú me encantas, a ti te rezo mi santa. Yo hablo como baila, ninguno en la discoteca usa.
I mean, maybe in terms of time of the day, not the most optimal. 30 minute did reject. Pretty clean rejection there on the 30 minute. Let's see if this next 30 minute goes up. We'll see. We might have. Let's see. I sent a signal to Discord and until I just dropped a signal. In Telegram and in Discord. See if this 30 minute goes up. See if we hit 55. If we can hit 55 before the day finishes, oh man. Or 60, well, that would be crazy. Just following confirmations, folks, all right? 30 pips already. All right, scalp it. Look at that, 43.50. If this 30-minute can hold, we should be able to go up to 43.55. That was like an instant reaction. I literally sent the signal right when the candle closed. I sent it at 3:30, exactly 3:30. That was an instant reaction. I don't know if any of you guys seen it quick enough. This candle might just go up. Quick little scalp. Quick little scalp, maybe. That might have been the pullback. It was an instant reaction. That little pullback. That's candle rejection. Like in trading, you can literally trade candles. Like the right candle rejection, you can know like the next candle is likely to go up. Instant reaction. That was pretty impressive because I literally waited for that. It's up like 40 pips. Damn. See, like the right candle, it's pretty much, remember this candle? Remember the trade I broke down earlier? This one? TP1 just almost got sniped. Candle rejection. You have the right candlestick rejection. I like 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. 4 hour obviously takes longer than a 30-minute. Because it's like if a 30-minute rejects, it's like, okay, the next 30-minute candle is likely to go up. How does it go from there? Does that turn into an hourly rejection? Because then if it turns into an hourly rejection, it's like, okay, the hourly is likely to go up now. And that's where you know you get a bigger move. If you're getting in a 30, you get in a trade like this with a 30-minute rejection. It's like, okay, the next 30 minutes is likely to kind of push, right? We're seeing that right now. If that solidifies and keeps itself solid on the 30-minute, then we know, okay, the hourly is going to reject. And then it's like the same thinking forward. The next hour should go up then. And that's how it's like we know it would probably go a bit further, right? On the next hour if the hour rejects. It's like fractal. We got 30-minute rejecting. 1 hour could be rejecting. If the 1 hour rejects, then the 2 hours is going to flip. See how it reclaimed 43.50? This is why you don't always have to buy at the price. This is why I talk about a lot on our streams. Like, you don't have to buy right when it hits price. You could still maybe catch a move. Or even being prepared for it to go below the prices at times. Anyone catch the trade? Anyone catch it? Let me know if you guys caught it. Let me know if you guys caught it. That was instant reaction. That was like, that's why sometimes you gotta be quick. Like that's why I sent it. TP1 just got hit, literally. That's like, I sent it right when that 30-minute closed, because the next candle can just push up and not always give you the wick pullback. So that's why I'll do the zones. That's why it's like, okay, I'll go 43.50. I'm willing to buy at the price, and if it goes a bit lower, I'll add some entries. I'll make a zone lower in case. Aggressively, I'll buy like when candles close. But I'll make a zone, have like a zone in mind in case it goes down. But you guys saw live in action there. Like literally live in action. I dropped that signal. Hopefully people got it. Hopefully you guys got it. That was a quick one. Like that's gold for you though. There's times where it instantly reacts, which for the time of the day get out. Let me look at it. This is a quick one. Is it still valid? Like, the hourly, depending on how the hour closes, but 20 minutes, and then we go into the final hour of the day. The hourly is flipping and reclaiming 43.50, so we're above 43.50. So it's like if the hour closes above 43.50, then it's like it could still be valid if there's like a pullback on the next hourly candle or market open. Because we swooped down, we got that rejection. If this candle finishes bullish, then next candle potentially could go up, but the next candle is like the finish of the day. So we have to kind of think like market open. Is the 4 hour gonna flip? Do we get a 4 hour rejection? Look at the 4 hour forming a wick. It could be setting up for a bigger move, like a bigger one for tonight. Like I could possibly assume we'll have another trade signal come out. Like it could still be valid. Like it's trying to close on the hourly. Like you could scalp it, take profit, and we could try to revisit this setup tonight. I don't think it's going to give us a full move in the next hour with the time remaining on market. It was literally at 43.50 when I called it. Price was at 43.50. It could still be valid on the hourly. Hour closes bullish, it goes back up. I can't control the market, man. If it was at 43.50 and it went up, it hit TP1 already, and now it's back pretty much coming to the entry zone. So I think it's still valid. We had the 30-minute rejection. 30 minutes fluctuating, just tried to push. It might try to create like a little wick down now. Just back at 43.50 in the entry zone. TP1s, like TP1s are always good, like quick get outs, I find with gold. A lot of times it can pull back. It's kind of like yesterday. Yesterday we were in a trade that went up and then it came down and then it went up and then it came down and it went up a lot. In and out of profit. So if it does that same push again, you could always get out. If it does that same like push up to 55 or even a bit higher maybe, or close to 55, I mean, you could always try to get back out, re-enter. If the same setup's still valid, like it's still potentially setting up on the hourly. 30 minutes now doing like that bigger pullback in the zone. That was a quick one there, like a scalp was available there on the 30-minute, but this candle still has 17 minutes left on it. So I'd say it's still valid. Yeah, that's still valid. Let's see if it does that same push again back to like 55. It's actually in the full like zone now. Now the candlestick's red right now, but that doesn't always freak me out. It might freak out a lot of traders when you're in a trade and the candlestick's red. It's kind of what you want, and that's why I do those zones. Because like a lot of times candlesticks will pull back into the previous candle before it sets its move. That's usually what you want to see at the beginning to get good entries. This one just ran up at first and then pulled back. So let's see, like 30-minute could possibly hold. It's pulling back a bit right now. Yeah, right now it's pulling back. And it's still in the zone. Like, to me, it's still valid. It's consolidating. We had the 30-minute rejection. If you want to wait until market open, like the setup, I was probably going to send the signal regardless, like market open later or now. So even like market open, checking on the hourly, I'm going to be on in 3 hours to see how the hourly and stuff looks. Even when market reopens, seeing how the hourly looks. If hourly can flip back up strong like how it just was, that'll be good for us. But yeah, it's fully in the zone now. It's fully in the zone. Took a couple entries. At 48, 47-ish. Let's see, maybe we get that same push just to like 54, 55. Quick scalp before the end of the day. I say that with conviction. Gold will push up a lot of times at the end of the day. You'd be surprised at the end of the day, like the last 2 hours of the day, gold can actually make some decent movements sometimes, some predictable movements. Yeah, did we hit 45? We didn't hit 45, we hit like 46, but I wrote 43, 50, 45 area. So let's see. It's pushing back up a little bit. Maybe this hour, we need the hour to close strong for us. If the hour can flip the 30-minute, look at the 30-minute now. This is a 30-minute that I'm on right now. It did a wick back. If it did that in the beginning, imagine if it did that wick back in the beginning of the candle. When the candle opened, it just pushed up, remember? But imagine if it did that wick back in the beginning of the candle and then pushed up. That's maybe what it's about to do right now. We're back in profit. It's profitable. You could scalp it. Like, I mean, there's back in a little bit of profit. It did a little wick back there. Hopefully it doesn't try to come back into the wick and we just get some solidified close here. The hourly can flip strong, like close at like 51, 52. That would be solid. We're trading I'm over here trading the last hour of the day. Holy, that's funny. I mean, there's a setup, so there's a setup. Like, it's pretty much like the same buy I took earlier today. I took a buy on after this candle, right when that candle closed. And it did a really big, see the wick back that it did here? Call it like the wick back here. So a lot of candles will do that, where you get like a rejection. They can pull back. So a lot of times where I'm finding entries in my zones, areas, creating like an entry area, entry zone. If the hourly could flip up, we're good. But if the hourly doesn't, then trade might be invalidated. If the hourly doesn't flip up, tried there a bit. 1 minute. What's the little break up? We did just break up on the 5 minute. Need that 5 minute structure to hold. I need that 5 minute. 5 minute just broke up. That'd be nice. Let's see. Trade's active, still valid. It could even still be valid for like market open in like a couple hours from now. Especially if we get like that hourly close. Knowing gold, like there's like an hour and some minutes left till market closes. It could push back up in the final hour of the day. Knowing gold, pretty much like yesterday. Knowing how gold moves and its movements, it's unpredictably predictable. You might like think like the final hours of the day it might not do much, but it might push up in the last hour a bit. It did yesterday. Like yesterday, when market opened, gold pumped yesterday. We were looking for buys yesterday, like literally like around the same time. It's pretty much like yesterday we were buying gold in here. A bit above, like it's not that far off where we were buying yesterday. Looking for buys. So like still there's like a bigger area. You could see a lot of support here that there's a bigger area that could potentially hold. Even if this setup doesn't stick, there would probably be like a re-entry if it goes down more to the low and still make like the same move. Yeah, yesterday we were live on session this time. Well, around this time yesterday we were live. Yeah, we were in gold buys yesterday here, and then when the market opened it pumped up, came back down, pumped up. There was a lot of movement around this area yesterday. Yeah, even if like this first setup, this might be the first setup that we're looking at with like this overall setup for entry. There was an entry confirmation there on the 30 minute. Hourly hasn't really given entry confirmation. I went off the 30 minute, but the hourly could maybe in the next few hours, or depending on how this candle finishes in 10 minutes. Well, there's still time in the day for it to push back up, but this setup's more maybe angling to tomorrow too. We needed to just push up like $3. Might not. There's 10 minutes left. I got some entries active. The 30 minute was nice. Nice rejection. It's called a hammer candlestick. If you're looking at that 30 minute. I usually trade those. Like when I see those candlesticks, I usually trade them. When I see a hammer, a good rejection like that. So, are there any over here? Not really. Like stuff like these two. Kind of those. You can see. When I see them, I trade them. These, or is there another one on the chart? Or like the one similar to the one from earlier. Like those green ones or this one. So this would be like a hammer candlestick. It's typically going to be found at like lows or the bottom of a trend, a support level, you know. It's going to be a buy signal. I typically like to trade candlesticks that look like that. So we're still in the zone. That's why I like to use zones when you have like rejection candles, because it's like understanding candlestick analogy. Like the market can always pull back into candlesticks and still make like a move, make a support. There's really like support here in the wicks showing rejection. So like as long as this area holds, it could push back up. If it doesn't hold, we just have to be looking at maybe like a different zone. But I know bank holidays like tomorrow, next couple days. If it doesn't hold, it's like looking at a lower area. You know, if this area doesn't hold, there's still time. 45. There's still time. Let's see, we're holiday trading, yo. It's in the zone. That's why like I create zones. I'm not always adds less worry to the trade. I like to do areas. So let's see, it's still in the zone. Could still potentially hold. The bigger picture, before I wrap it up, we have like an hour and a bit before the market closes. On the bigger picture, it's like, does the 4 hour hold this low? If this first setup that I'm seeing doesn't hold, then there could be another setup potentially later or just at a different entry price. That's still sort of with like the same analysis, same like bias overall. And I mean, it could be with the low if the market comes back into the low. It's one of the first things I said when I got on. And then we found that entry. Coming back like into this low. And like essentially looking for similar stuff we saw in this session. Like we saw like some rejection, a reason to enter. Market is pulling down, but essentially looking for like candlestick behavior. Maybe around that area. Closer to the low. On the 4 hourly time frame. That would be an alternative setup or another setup or potentially a recovery setup if this one doesn't stick. Yeah, we'll see. This one might come down to the stop loss, but it doesn't invalidate like what we might be looking at later. There still could be something to look at later. Treat every trade the same, one trade at a time. Don't try to overthink the trade. If a trade's going against you, it's going to happen. Trades go up, trades go down. So we still have time to see how this plays out. Still have time to see how this plays out over the next couple hours and when market opens. Maybe it doesn't. I mean, there's an hour left, so until market closes. 30-minute rejection. Let's see. There's 5 minutes left on this 30 minutes. Not looking the best right now on the 30-minute. Maybe this last 5 minutes blesses us and it pushes back up. If in the next 5 minutes this 30-minute recovers above 43.50, that would be like pretty fucking solid. This is why I'll enter in areas, because the market can always give you those little different prices, and I'm telling you, it can still make that same move you're looking for. Anyone who's been following throughout 2025, we've been through it, so here and there. Yeah, like alternate setup, I think the alternative setup would be about like timing it. If this doesn't work, then it's like, okay, where does the market go after? What time is it? Is it London session? Is it like late Tokyo session? How does the candlestick look? Remember the 30-minute, we have a confirmation there. Maybe getting a reversal. It's fighting. It's trying to come back for us. It just came down to 42. It's trying to fight for us. It's fighting. It is fighting. I'm in a drawdown. But if it goes up, if it goes back to like 50, 51, I'll be in profit because I have some lower entries. But yeah, I'm in drawdown. It's not like the last couple trades. The other two trades today went kind of like yesterday's trade. Yesterday's trade we took as well around these hours. Yesterday, it might seem like a bad time, but yesterday we had a good signal on gold. We took the trade. Where was yesterday? I think I sent it around the same time. 3:30. Yeah, yesterday we were buying gold at 43.35, 43.30 area, around the same time. And that, like, right when the market opened, that thing, it literally, like, it was gone. Like, right when market opened, it just started going, and it was pretty much gone. Yeah, yesterday we were trading it. Wicked down a couple times before it went. Am I seeing something similar like yesterday? Kinda, like we're trading in yesterday's volume, like the price action of yesterday, which is still inside of the low, technically speaking. So, we've been here before. I've been here before. Pressure's on. Pressure's on. I'm down like $300 right now at the moment. It's in the entry zone. It was just trying to fight there a little bit. Doesn't look bad on the 1 hour. I mean, time will tell, guys. That's really what it is for this trade. Same with yesterday. Same thing I said yesterday. We just got to give it some time, see how it plays out. It's not like every trade I send instantly goes into profit or something, or instantly goes into loss. They take some time, sometimes a few hours. Some are faster than others, but yeah, time. Give it some time, give it some breathing room. We'll see what happens. Like the one earlier today was kind of quicker. It literally went into profit like 30 minutes later. That's how we wanted the rejection candle to work, but the rejection candle is not working for us. Yeah, we just triggered down. So this one's like hitting the invalidation level at the moment. Still some time left on the candle. And that's trading for you. Like, you know, one trade at a time, one confirmation at a time. You're going to have your confirmations. Trades can go into profit. They can come down to try to trigger some stop losses. We'll probably find a recovery tonight. We'll see. We'll analyze the market tonight and see if there's a different re-entry if the 1 hour closes bullish. Hourly, unfortunately, didn't close bullish. The 30-minute did. Was going off of that 30-minute confirmation, just like the trade I took earlier. So again, with frequent trades, remember when I'm going to be sending trades daily, right? Like I'll be sending trades, not just 1-2 trades a week. Usually when I'm sending signals, they come out daily. So there's going to be some L's in there in between. Or maybe some trades that don't work, even though we have good confirmations. I went for the hammer candlestick there. I mean, would I invalidate it so quickly with the time of the day and that like we're getting this big pullback? Like I know gold stop loss gets hit. Doesn't mean that there still isn't like something setting up here on the bigger picture. We just need more confirmation. Like we need the candlesticks to confirm more. Like it's coming back to the zone. And yeah, even though it went down, I'm pretty sure it would have triggered stop loss. I still have my trade open. Like my trades are still open right now. Almost hit stop loss. Stop loss is at like 37. I still have mine open. I'm probably gonna hold. Like it's recovering a bit. I'm probably gonna hold until we get like an hourly break below. So if the hourly closes below, like if we get an hourly break below 37, because I know gold, I'm still holding the setup. Still holding. I'm still holding gold. I'm going to probably hold until market open. Well, is it like if the hourly closes bearish below? Because again, I'm looking for a reversal here. I think we're going to end up reversing tonight. I'm still holding. I'm in drawdown down like here. I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in Telegram. I just dropped an update. I just dropped an update in Telegram and Discord. I'm still holding. Probably gonna recover. What's it at? 46, 45? It's a 2 hour. Let me see some of these time frames. So it traded the low there. In this 5 minutes push up, 15 minute. 1 hour. The 5 minute looks the best. The 5 minute and the 15 minute are looking like the best time frame right now. If this 5 minute can close bullish and the next one goes up, then this thing's probably recovered. We have a low here, we have a higher high, and we just tapped into that. So if this 5 minute holds, guys, it will push back up. I wouldn't have sent a signal, by the way, if I didn't think something was setting up too. Like, it's not a random trade, by the way. Almost hit, like, it literally, like, wow. It almost hit the stop loss. I'm still holding. How many times has it hit your stop loss? How many times has a trade hit your stop loss and then you see it go up? That's why if a trade comes close to my stop loss or hits it right away, I don't just panic and freak out. I try to stay calm, you know, watch it, observe. It's like if it invalidates my stop loss, if it freaking closes below it and it's like, all right, I'm out, I'll take the L. But like a lot of times it could come close to my stop loss, maybe even hit the stop loss, and it's like, damn, the stop loss should have been the entry, or a little bit more patience. We'll see. This thing, if a 5 minute can push up, the 5 minute could potentially hold. 5 minutes looking the best right now. 30 minutes coming back up. I'm not too worried like yesterday. We need a 1 hour close. This 1 hour is flipping. That hammer got completely retraced. Can we push? I'm in blue now. I'm in the blue. I'm in blue because I have some lower entries. A little bit of blue. $61. Let's fucking go. I was just down 600, I think, at one point. Maybe like 580. I think I was down 580. She's trying to fight for us, ladies and gentlemen. We need a recovery of 43.50. If we recover 43.50, I think we're freaking good. And we should go to like where the 55 again. Like the 1 hour is trying to recover right now. If we can get that, we should be good. It's trying for us. I think it's trying for us at least. It's trying. We're not going to get crazy volume in this hour, but we could get some recovery. So it's still holding the zone technically. It went lower. I guess I should have stuck, honestly. Remember what I said before, 44? I don't know if you guys remember the first thing I wrote over here somewhere. I forget where I wrote it, but I wrote it on one of the charts. Maybe it's here now. I should have stuck with 43.40, 43.45. I don't know if you guys remember when I was saying 43.40, 43.45 before. I should have just stuck with that. That would have been the entry. I have some entries at 43.50 that are coming back. In a situation like this, why do I use zones? It's like right now, I could close. So right now, for example, I could close some of my entries. I could close the entries at 43.50 and keep the lower ones. That's one reason why zones can become helpful, is if I have like different entries. So for instance, I'll take a screenshot. I put one screenshot in Telegram. I'll put another one. Does this hourly reclaim 43.50? So I have entries at 43.50. I could close those, and I could leave the entries I have at 43.50, 43.45, 43.44, in case the market pulls down again, right? It's like I don't go in that same drawdown or more drawdown with the 43.50 entries. I could just leave these. If it goes up, it will recover everything. She is fighting for us, though, folks. Gold has my back sometimes. It is fighting. She is fighting. It's at 49 right now. About to hit 49. If we can reclaim 50 in this hour, I think that's a good way to finish the hour. It's 51 minutes though, guys. That's a long time. Try to get break evens or re-entries even. That's one thing, like with the situation like this where I have some entries at 43.50, I could try to get some break evens, re-enter. I could break even it, close it, re-enter the position. That's why I like to do zones, because it doesn't just keep me limited to one entry. She is fighting. I'll give her that. I will give her that, to be honest. Gold is fighting. Fucking gold, man. Hey, man. This is real raw in action, all right? It's real raw in action. Real raw in action. So at 48. If this hour, what's silver doing? Silver, even silver, look at silver. It just made a rejection here. Silver, what's the dollar doing? Dollar has a top right now. Dollar is bearish at the moment. We have DXY forming a bearish rejection right now as well. At kind of like a peak, even on the 4 hour. DXY rejecting. 1 hour rejecting on the DXY. 4 hourly rejecting on the DXY. Silver kind of going up. I'm feeling all right. I'm not feeling bad about it. You know, it was looking bad there for a moment. I'm in profit now. Okay, we can breathe a bit. This is now it's a moment where you could close like 43.50 entries. It's back at 43.50. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. It's trying. It's fighting for us. I mean, this is where if you have higher entries, you could close out the higher entries. It would be optimal to do that in a situation like this, right? If you have higher entries and you have lower entries, it could be optimal to do that in case there is a pullback. It's like, okay, my higher entries are discarded in a way, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. Like if you have a 43.50 entry, she's fighting. That's a fighting moment. Still holding. Still holding. Still holding, folks. So, 4:13, long session today. We've been on for 2 hours and 37 minutes. Didn't think I was going to be on that. Like, I didn't even think I was going to take a trade. It recovered. That's why I don't close things right away, too. Like, I know gold like that. I know gold. 1 hour. Same situation we were just in. If this 1 hour can close bullish, then next hour could possibly go up and give us that stronger move. Probably when market opens, though. We're back in the same boat. Still in the zone. Well, should have done 43.40, 43.45 area. That would have been a way better zone. DXY. If DXY can drop, if DXY is rejecting here tonight, if we get like $1 drop, then we're gonna be in a good trade. If this dollar is actually making like a higher high, and it drops a bit, even, it doesn't need to drop a lot. It doesn't need a tank. It could drop for an hour or two. It just has like some more rejection on the DXY, because the 4 hour. Look at the 4 hour on the DXY. It is kind of hanging up here high. We did make a higher high on this structure. So if this DXY drops, even on the hourly, it goes down more, then gold will shoot up, and it'll be enough for this to pump. Like, it'll be enough for where we are in the trade to pump up. Damn. Well, that's some real raw trading right there. Like, I mean, I should have done, I even wrote it on the screen. If you guys remember, I wrote on the screen. I kind of fumbled there because if you guys remember, the original zone I was going to do, kind of messed up. Not really. I don't, like, it's probably still going to be an okay trade. It was somewhere on the stream. Yeah, like, I should have kept it this area. This should have been the area, because that would have been more into the 30-minute rejection. Like, it wicked. Like, the would have been still there. It's still maybe setting up on an hourly. We need that hour to just need like the hour to finish. And this is the thing about gold. In the last hour of the day, it likes to push up. I notice in the last hour of the day, it tends to set up for a buy. It's interesting. Yeah, like I'm looking at the recording right now, the stream. Like, before I sent that signal, we were planning this 45-40 area, and then I sent 50-45 area. So if you look at the screenshots I have, guys, so there's no confusion. So for instance, here you can see drawdown, but I had higher entries, so all these entries were in a drawdown right here. See the 49. There was even some at 50. I closed the ones at 50. I had some entries at 50. Closed those in losses, small losses. Small losses. So small loss is better than a bigger loss, right? At the end of the day, it's like that's okay to take a small loss and chip off something of a trade. A small loss, like, it's okay to do that. A small loss is better. So I you can see, like, there's some at 49. Was hammering it around 49, but the lowest entry I got, I think, was like 45, 46. It might have been like 45, 46. See, 47, 46, 45. So I like to enter in zones. I'm used to it. It's kind of like a martingale strategy, some might say. But I'm using like areas strategically, like strategy behind it because of how gold moves. Gold's quite volatile, right? $5 to $10 is not that much on gold. So I kind of like to give myself an area of comfort, an area of error, an area of invalidation, an area of a zone where the market could play inside of. So I was down. I didn't get a screenshot when it was at I was down like $580. I'm putting 2 screenshots because I'm just showing the different entries. The reason I put 2 screenshots is because I wanted to show different entries. I think I put the same screenshot twice here though by accident. This one's 2 different screenshots. I just showing different entries. The zone, like, so if you notice, I wrote gold buy 43.50, 43.45 area. So obviously 43.50 was, let's say, early, right? A bit early. 45, even not the best entry, but better than 50, right? If I'm in a trade and let's say it comes back to, we could say the worst entry, right? Because obviously in this case of a situation you could be in, right, when you're in a trade, and sometimes you got to think fast, you got to act fast, right? Because pullbacks can happen real quickly. You got to think fast, you got to act fast at times. So future reference at times, even for your own trading, and this is why I like to use the zones, like zones for instance, right? Because like I had all these entries at 43.50, and let's call that the worst entry. So it's like if I'm in a situation where it comes back to the worst entry, but I have lower entries, I can close those out. That way I don't go back in that same drawdown or close to that same drawdown if there is a bit of a pullback. Because it can reclaim, and that's like maybe looking at it like a break-even trade or a small loss trade. In this case, it would be like break-even because it came back to the worst entry. Or like the first part of the zone, the starting entry of the zone, came back to it, so I can close that off, keep what I have there. If it comes down lower and I want to re-enter, I can. Realistically, let's say, so there's no more, there's 49 here, but I closed the ones that were at 43.50 really quickly. 43.50 gets closed. It pulls back to 48. Now I could enter maybe at 48 or a bit lower than I was, right? Something like right now, like for instance, it came back to 43.50. I can get out quick. The higher entry, I can get out quick. Boom, now it's pulling back. Maybe offer it. Maybe I can reposition. It's like that. I'm saying maybe, but it's like that for a lot of trades. I'm saying maybe, but it is like that for like a good amount of trades. Dollar needs to kind of give us some rejection too. Looks like market open is going to dictate this one for us, guys, in a couple hours, like 2 hours from now. We'll see where this thing's at. I'm going to jump back on. I was almost on for 3 hours today, so let's see where we are in 2 hours from now. I'm going to jump back on in 2 hours. I'll see you guys then. We'll see where the market's at. We'll see where gold's at. There's 40 minutes left on this candle, so 40 minutes is a lot of time and for minutes in the market on candlesticks. Like it could fly up. It could stay relatively where it's at. Hopefully it doesn't go back down. Hopefully, I hope it relatively stays where it's at. But 40 minutes is a good amount of time for it to move to. It could try to push back up a bit. We already seen what it's done. I've said that more than once already. This thing went up, then it went down, then it went up. That 30-minute got me. I mean, it's always like gold can always kind of come back. Like, let's say you get in early or you don't get the best entry or the first part of your zone doesn't work. Like in my case here, it's nothing to get too emotional about. Like the trade's not that far from entry. It's like if I don't like the trade, if I don't feel good about it, it's like I could just close it and be like, okay, I'm taking a small loss, a smaller loss, maybe a break even, maybe a small profit. Like it's not like you have to get emotionally attached to the trades always. Whether it's in profit, whether it's in drawdown or in this phase, like if it's in drawdown and you're freaking out, like, oh my God, it's in drawdown, what am I going to do? You can see the market can recover in a trade. Or if it's in profit, you don't have to get too excited. Or if it's like this, where it's boring, right? You don't have to overthink it. You could see, like, you could be in a trade and it can come back to your entry, right? And that coming back to your entry could give you an opportunity to get out. Small loss, reposition. If it's like the confirmation didn't work how you expected it to, and the market gives you that opportunity to get out, you could always do that, recover. Like, trading's variable, very variable, and that's why controlling your emotions is a big thing, because you go into a drawdown. If you go into a drawdown, how are you feeling? How are your emotions feeling? What, you know, are you getting anxiety? Are you getting stressed? Are you getting fearful? Are you getting doubtful? You're starting to overthink, right? Those types of emotions can maybe kick in when you're in a drawdown and a trade. It's like, also, the more you look at the trade, I think that adds on to it. Like, we're literally looking at it minute for minute here, which we don't always do. Like, usually when I send signals, I send the signal and I go away. I'm either in the gym or kind of doing something that keeps me a little preoccupied off the market, but I'm still keeping an eye on the market a little bit, like price. But you got to try to just stay neutral, because if you freak out when you're in a drawdown, maybe you close your trade and then the market goes back to your entry, it's like, oh man, that feels worse than taking a loss. Like, closing a trade and then seeing the market go right back up, that's worse than taking a loss. So, I mean, things can happen. Things can happen in the market. I think whatever it is, winning trade, losing trade, drawdown, in profit, you kind of want to just stay neutral with your emotions, not get overly excited about things when price is going up or going down in your direction, and not try to get so fearful of things. Like, if in 20 minutes this thing's at 43.50, if in 20, 30 minutes this thing's at 43.50, not much has changed. Despite all the price action that the market went through, if in 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 35 minutes, we're at 43.50, nothing really changed. Nothing's really, like, the market hasn't really changed. We're still going to be viewing it the same way we were like time ago when we first started talking about this, right? Silver's up 5% today, right? Yeah, look at the 24-hour change on silver and platinum. Silver's almost 6%. Would have been up 6% at one point today. Silver's up on the day. 24-hour change. Like, silver went up a lot since yesterday. Yeah, 24-hour change on silver is... I just noticed that silver's up. Big change. Silver looks like it's trying to push up too a bit. Gold's still in the zone, fluctuating. And even now, like, not much has so much changed. I know it's not at 43.50. We want it to get above 43.50. We want it to close bullish above 43.50, and then we're in a good trade. Even now, not much has changed. Despite, what price can do. Up, down. 15-minute just rejected. 30 minutes closing bullish, maybe in 4 minutes. 1 hour. Hope you guys learned something at least today. But yeah, we're back at it. We're warming up. It's going to 60. Yeah, you have right there. I mean, 30 minute. Yeah, like that. I thought the same thing. This candle's a good target, right? Yeah, I could see what you're saying. That dropped down the 30 minute. Look at the 30 minute. This is a good target, that candle. There's a good imbalance there. Yeah, someone said going to 43.60. Yeah, right there. You could see that candlestick. That's a good target. That's why I think I put 43. What's the max target? Where we at? 43.63, 43.65. So I'm thinking it'll go to 43.60. See my TPs are a bit higher than 43.60, but 43.59 right before 43.60. Hope you guys learned something today. We've been on like 3 hours though, guys. We're gonna wrap it up. We got another stream to do tonight. See where the market's at. How are we looking on crypto prices? Pump today, dump, pump and dump. Yep, again, pumps and dumps. Now it's maybe a buy. Pumps, sell the pumps, buy the dumps. It's looking like on Bitcoin. Bitcoin pretty much just like some interesting order flow on Bitcoin for sure. We gotta find like the order blocks on this thing, cause the way this thing's trading, it's been pumping, dumping, pumping, dumping, dumping, pumping. I had a nice pullback now. Bitcoin did. It's been moving pretty good. Like we have down here, maybe this low. It's been doing like $2,000, like $3,000 movements, like nothing, and then dumping. $3,000 up, $3,000 down, or like $2,000 to $3,000 up, down. I mean, crypto, it's like, I'd say accumulate what you can, even with these prices. People are asking always like, what about this coin, this coin, this coin? It's like every coin's in the same spot. It doesn't matter how good their technology is, how good their team is, their community, whatever it is, the back end behind it, the tech, whatever, the utility. It doesn't matter what crypto it is, really. They're all in like the same spot, right? Unless, like, you know, it takes some big news for a crypto to pump, like Sony. It'd be like if Sony collaborated with a crypto project, or if Google did so. Like, it would take some big news for, like, you know, a certain crypto to really, really pump. But, like, honestly, like, my opinion is accumulate what you can at these prices. Like, what you believe in, what you think is good coins. Don't try to, you know, don't put your eggs in too many baskets. Spread yourself out with, like, 3 to 5, 5 to 10 coins maximum, depending on your risk tolerance. Right? And accumulate what you can, because taking, like, what was it, this coin, Zcash, was it Zcash? This thing was at like what, $50, $55, and then in 2 days it more than doubled. If anyone remembers, like, who knows when an alt season is going to come around, when there's going to be the big crypto recovery, right? We're in a bear season right now, but accumulate what you can at low prices, because, like, taking Zcash, for instance, it was at $55 September 26th, or September 28th was at $55. 2 days later, it more than doubled, like 2 days later. Like, just in like 2 days, it doubled. It went from, let's see, let's mark the chart. Zcash, it was like on September 29th, $60 on September 29th, 55 the day before, 50 the day before. And literally like 2 days later, it's at 130. More than doubled. It's in there, more than doubled. So, like, accumulate what you can at certain prices. Like, everything's like so low that it's like, okay, like, how much lower does it need to go? Like, in a sense of like where it is for it to be buy low, cheap. Like, everything's low. Ondo's low. It's like, okay, it's already at 37 cents. How much lower does it go when it recovers, regardless of 37 cents or, you know, 25 cents when it recovers, right? A lot of coins, pretty much all the coins are in that state. Like Polkadot's at $1.80. It's like, is it a good buy? It's the lowest it's been, so it's like you're not trying to always time it. You can't time everything to the exact hour or day that everything's going to start going, like the exact bottom. Timing's never going to be perfect, right? But if you can buy low, that's the name of the game. Buy low, right? Sell high. Buy at cheap, low prices, right? there's coins that are at, like Avalanche is at a price that it's been at like a year. Like look at this support level that this thing's at, $12.50. This is low on the chart, right? It's cheap, it's lower, right? So it's like, could it go lower? Yeah. Could everything go lower? There's always that possibility of everything go lower, but based on like where we are now, it's like you're not gonna time things perfectly. Like if this goes to $8, you're gonna be asking the same question at $8, right? Is it gonna go to 6? Is it gonna go to 5? Like whether it goes to $8 or pumps from here $12, the same recovery happens. It's gonna be a good trade long term, right? You're not gonna be able to time the market. Like so many coins are so low that it's like, don't try to be a perfectionist in timing, because once they go like a quick 40% or whatever, you won't get these prices again. So yeah, they can go lower. Yes, everything can go lower, right? Be prepared for that. Have that in the back of your mind, but understand where the market's currently at. You have low, cheap prices that if you accumulate over time, they will recover from these prices even. Everything's low. ADA, which is, I know Cardano. Where's Cardano at? That's low. Solana's been just kind of trading where it's been trading. But like, look at, like, everything's super low right now. That's like, okay, what do I need to now start saying it's time to buy? Well, I got low prices. I got lower prices on the year. Lowest prices of the year were pretty much on a lot of coins where we were coming into last year. Like Cardano, for instance, is literally where it was right before 2025. Cardano, for example, is where it was before 2025 started. Before 2025 started. Cardano's literally like September 24, October 24 prices before we got the November pump. So it's like, what do I need to buy? Do I need news? Do I need the right news? Do I need the perfect strategy timing? It's like we got low prices on a lot of things that are at monthly, yearly levels of support that are in territory where it's like start to accumulate. If they go lower, start to maybe accumulate more, because like all you get one of those weeks where things fly 20%, 30%. They're at completely different prices, right? Taking Zcash and Dash. Take Dash, for instance. Dash. There was a couple coins been XMR. Like it was at $20, $22, and then it more than doubled in 2 days. It pretty much like doubled in 2 days, and it was gone. So you like that part's hard to time. That part's gonna be hard to time, I would say. That part where things start, like, but look at how it was before that, right? Look at Zcash, but look at how it was before that, down forever, and then it went on a huge multiply. So timing won't be perfect. I would say accumulate what you believe in, what you like. They all are at, like, every coin is pretty much at low prices. That's like in territory where it could be start accumulating type of thing. Gold's being gold. We'll see what it does in a couple hours. I'm gonna wrap it up though, for the night here, for the afternoon. I'll see everybody next stream. I'll be on in 3 hours from now. It's like a lot of, like, there's like Polkadot's crazy. Polkadot's at $1.80. This thing's like, I don't know, like, it's charts like this that make you say, I don't know, even for someone like me. Like, I have Polkadot, but like, imagine if this thing went back to $20 from here, or not even 20, even $12. Like, imagine if this thing went all the way back from here. Like, that would be a huge trade. It wouldn't be the easiest to time, but could it start from here? Like, not today, but this is a price where that would start to accumulate from a low price if it was going to have a move back to these highs here at $12, right? Look at Chainlink. Well, I'd say, because once, like, again, I use this coin as an example because it's one of the most recent that pumped like how we would expect things to move in like an alt season. One of the few coins that moved like crazy, but it wasn't doing much. It was at a fair price, like $55. Days later, it's at $175. And then days later, it's at $296. So you never know with these cryptos, when liquidity hits the market and liquidity gets injected to the market, they'll move fast. They won't move long. They won't move for long. They'll move fast. They'll move far but fast. They won't move far long time. They'll move far but fast, right? They multiply quicker compared to the time they spend going down. That's what I'd say. I would say like dollar cost average, accumulate what you can at these prices. These are unbelievable prices to accumulate at compared to where we just were months ago, right? Like if you were bullish on XRP at $3.60, and I told a bunch of people live on stream I was selling XRP when it was there. Literally, I sold XRP and I said it live on stream here, and I posted it on Instagram and everything. Like if you loved XRP when it was flying to the highs and you believed in it then and you were all about it, like let's go XRP to the moon. These are the prices you really want to be putting that conviction and foot in the door, because this is like if the market recovers, that's where you'll get your return, right? XRP is literally where it was. What are we on right now? December 30th. Where was December 30th last year? December 30th was right here. XRP is not that far off where it was literally a year ago. December 30th last year, XRP was right here. A year ago, 365 days ago, 365 days later, XRP is not that far off where it was. But yo, we out. Just hold. We're gonna see how gold goes. Like I said, I'm gonna jump back on in 2 hours and see where gold's at. We'll see where we're at in about 2 hours from now. See if the 1 hour goes up. I'm still holding. We'll push into some blue there, but probably in a bit of a drawdown now. I'm gonna wrap it up. I will see everyone on the next session. All right. New Year's starting. We're going to be streaming a lot. January, we're going to be streaming a lot. Looking at the markets. Since we're going to be streaming a lot, there's days we won't take trades too. So like we don't want to overtrade the market, right? So we show up consistently to find good setups. But we stay patient too. Patience is key in trading. We like to say in trading, slow is fast. And patience is a position. I said that 2 weeks ago. Like patience is what we could call a position. Patience is a position in the market. So having patience is equal to trying to be in the market. You know, we're trying to buy, we're trying to sell, we're trying to look for entries, look for trades. Having patience is a type of position to have over the market, over yourself, over your trades. So, but yo, I'll see everybody next stream tonight or tomorrow. I think we're on tomorrow, and the next stream's New Year's Eve tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but probably just gonna watch. I'm honestly probably just gonna chill, yo, watch some movies and eat some food. That's what I'm gonna do New Year's. We locked in. I'm not gonna drink. I'm not gonna drink till March. What is it? So yeah, I'm not gonna drink, party or anything. So yeah, I'm not going out for New Year's. I'm not celebrating or drinking or anything. I got fucked up on Christmas. I got fucked up all week, so I'm good. Yeah, I'm gonna go on like a 60 to 90 day detox. I ain't drinking on New Year's. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna stay sober till probably March. Yeah, probably March, maybe April. We'll see. We'll see how the trades go. If I deserve it. Party time's over. Christmas week, when it's Christmas week, I always party on Christmas week. I don't know. So, it's just a thing. New Year's, I don't really care about New Year's. New Year's, yeah, it's same old shit. Christmas, though, that's the week. That's the week to turn down.